the founder of Acuity Path, where we support women entrepreneurs to grow with clarity, confidence, and purpose. Whether you're tuning in from your home office or catching a quiet moment between meetings, I'm glad you are here. In today's video, we're going to talk about those small leaks in our business, the leaks that can sink your ship. Specifically, we're going to look at how to audit your business expenses for more profit and, most importantly, peace. My goal today is to give you something that you can use right away, something that helps you feel more grounded, aligned, and empowered in your business and life. Let's dive in. I want to start today with something that might really resonate with you. You know how they say that it's not the big waves that sink a ship, it's actually the tiny leaks that go unchecked that sink the ship. I've discovered that the exact same thing is true in our businesses. So often, it is not one gigantic financial mistake that holds us back from abundance. It's actually the accumulation of these small, silent expenses that are slowly draining our profits, our energy, and honestly, our peace of mind. Now, if you've ever found yourself staring at your bank statement thinking, where did all my money go? First of all, you are not alone. I have worked with many clients who have been in this exact same place, and I've been there myself too. You know, that sinking feeling when the numbers just don't quite add up, even though you've been working really hard. Many of us pour our hearts into our business, but we still feel that knot of anxiety around money because we haven't taken a clear, honest look at where every single dollar is actually going. This is where a business expense audit becomes your secret weapon. But here's what I want you to know. This isn't about restriction or shame. A business expense audit is about clarity, empowerment, and creating that peaceful, profitable foundation your business truly deserves. So, what exactly is a business expense audit? And why am I telling you it's not scary? A business expense audit is simply a review of where your money is actually going. Think of it like a wellness check for your finances. You're not looking for problems. All you're doing is gathering information so that you can make better decisions moving forward. Just like you wouldn't ignore a persistent cough or a twinge in your back, you don't want to ignore that $29 monthly subscription you completely forgot about, or that software you bought with the best intentions but never quite learned how to use it. This isn't about judgment, it is about awareness. And specifically in today's world where everything is a subscription, it's easy for these things to get out of control. Here's something I want you to remember. Profit is not just about making more money. That's one way to have profit, but it's also about keeping more of what you make. And when we're operating in the dark about our spending, it creates this constant background hum of financial stress. You know that feeling when you hesitate to invest in something that could really grow your business because you're not sure if you can actually afford it, or when you pay yourself a little bit less than you deserve because you know your money went somewhere, but you're not exactly sure where it went. You deserve better than that. You deserve to feel confident and calm about your finances. You deserve to step fully into that powerful CEO role where you know exactly what's happening in your business. Now, you don't need a finance degree or expensive software to do this. You just need honesty, a good cup of coffee or tea if you're me, and about an hour of your time. And here's exactly what you're going to do. Step one, gather your financial story. Start by downloading the last 3 to 6 months of your business bank account and credit card statements. And if you've mixed your personal and your business expenses, not something I recommend, there is no judgment here. We've all been there. Even I started out that way. So grab your personal bank statements, and credit card statements as well. And then use whatever tool feels comfortable for you. Maybe it's Excel, maybe it's Google Sheets, or maybe it's a simple notebook. This isn't about perfection, it's about visibility. And if you're already recording your financial information in an accounting software system, congratulations. This will allow you to actually look at a larger time period. For example, like a full year. Looking at a full year is ideal because anything that is an annual subscription or a once a year payment, such as possibly insurance, you will be able to capture those. Step 2, sort your spending into categories. So break all of those things down into categories that make sense for your specific business. For example, software and subscriptions. And yes, that could include your Canva Pro trial that you forgot about, marketing and advertising expenses, team and contractor expenses, office supplies and equipment, education and courses, travel and meals, and professional services like accounting and legal, maybe a coach. Here's a small pro tip. As you are categorizing, you may have some real aha moments. And that's exactly what we're looking to happen. This step may already be done if you're using an accounting software or you're recording your expenses regularly. I have a client who puts all of their expenses in an Excel spreadsheet based on categories. So the work is already done. If you are already recording it on a regular basis, just do a quick check that you have everything categorized correctly. It's easy in the moment to make different decisions. For example, that Canva, if you're paying monthly, you might put it under marketing 1 month and subscriptions in another month. You want to try and put them all into the same place. Step 3, spot those leaky expenses. This is the fun part in my mind. It's the detective work. And this is where it can get really interesting. Go through those expenses and ask yourself 3 questions. Am I actually using this? Does it align with where my business is today? And is there a better or more cost-effective option? Pay special attention to subscriptions running on autopilot that you no longer use. Look for duplicate tools that are doing the same job. Maybe services that you purchased and made sense 6 months ago, but they no longer make sense today. Perhaps there's an education subscription that you don't use or a course that you paid for and you forgot to take. Honestly, the education part, that's my biggest leap. Remember, this isn't about being cheap. I'm not asking you to be frugal or anything like that. This is about being intentional with every single dollar that you spend. Make sure it is what you and your business needs and you're getting the value out of it. Step 4, get honest about emotional spending. Let's talk about that elephant. Sometimes we buy things not because we actually need them, but because we're afraid, or we're comparing ourselves to others, or we're hoping that this one thing will be the magical solution. That course we bought, which never took, those ads we ran before we were really ready, the expensive tool we thought would change everything but is now sitting there unused. Take a breath with me. Give yourself grace. You made those decisions with the best information you had at the time. And now you get to make new ones. You get to make more aligned choices. It's okay to change your mind. Step 5, let's celebrate what is working. This part is just as important. You identify those expenses that feel really good and impactful. Maybe your email marketing platform is your absolute best friend. Maybe paying for your virtual assistant gives you the best return on investment you've ever seen. Maybe that quality printer you invested in actually makes your daily life 10 times easier. Maybe you're like me and your Spotify subscription is the best thing ever. Not only do I get audiobooks with it, but I also get to listen to music without ads that interrupt my train of thought throughout the day. And I can change the type of music I'm listening to based on the work or the mood that I'm in. Best investment ever for me. I want you to celebrate these wins. Commit to protecting them in your budget because they're important. This is where your peace and your profit come together beautifully. When you complete an expense audit, something really powerful happens. You're no longer operating in the dark or avoiding your bank account. You start making proactive decisions from a place of clarity and confidence. This just isn't about saving $50 on a forgotten subscription, although trust me, that adds up quickly. This is about creating a business that feels good to run, one where you know what's happening, you feel proud of how you're handling your money, and you have breathing room for what truly matters. I had a client recently do a subscription audit, and she found significant savings by eliminating duplicate services and changing plans that made way more sense for where her business was at the moment. But more than the money that was saved, they told me that they felt so much more in control of their finances and were able to make some really big decisions about future investments and the way they wanted to run their business going forward. And that is the real goal here. Now, I know this might feel a little overwhelming, but I want you to remember you don't have to do everything all at once. I said grab a cup of tea in an hour. Maybe you'll need multiple hours, but only spend 1 hour at a time so that you can take it in little tiny pieces. Even starting with just one bank account or one category of expenses can create real momentum. Because once you start looking at it, you'll feel empowered and you'll want to keep going. So here's what I want you to do today. Pick one reoccurring expense in your business and ask yourself, is this still serving me? That's it. One expense, one decision, and you will have already started. If you're doing money dates, add that same process to each one of your money dates. And over time, you'll have covered all of your expenses or all of your reoccurring charges. Remember, you are the captain of your ship. Auditing your expenses isn't about achieving perfection. It's about gaining awareness. Even identifying just one or two small leaks can start a ripple effect that improves your cash flow, reduces your stress, and puts you firmly back in the driver's seat. Every wise captain regularly checks their vessel, not because they expect disaster, but because they value their destination. Your business deserves to be a source of peace, purpose, and prosperity. Let's plug those leaks and sail forward with clear intentions and unshakable confidence. So tell me, what's one small leak you're ready to address today? Let's support each other on this journey. And if you are tackling this and it feels too big to do it alone, do know that you're not alone in this. I am here to walk you through this process, help you identify your money story, clarity blocks, and build systems that feel empowering instead of overwhelming. If that's something you want to chat about, reach out to me. Happy to build a coffee date with you. Until next time, keep shining your light.